and drift away.
Hey guys, this is my 1996 Jeep Cherokee SE. It's got the 4.0 high output straight 6 engine, AX15 5-speed transmission, 8 1/4 rear end, Chrysler 8 1/4 rear end, with a Dana 30 up front. Right now it's sitting, I think, about 3 inches, 3.5 inches of lift. Previous owner put the lift on it, but I know it has add leaf in the rear. Sitting on 31 by 10.5 by 15 tires. I think they're Goodyear Wranglers. Yeah, the Goodyear Wranglers MTR, I believe they are. So has about 157,000 miles on it. It's, bought it about 10,000 miles ago at 147,000. Just recently moved up here, or moved down here, I should say, from Alaska to North Dakota. So that was about a 2,600 mile trip in itself. And it ran great, besides it started to cut out on me and die. And basically I would be able to drive an hour, maybe 2 in the heat, and then it would just sputter and die. So, but it's like if I could keep my foot in the pedal and keep it accelerating, it was fine. So downshift, keep accelerating, it was fine. You could keep on going. As soon as you let off your foot to decelerate, it would start to like pop and crackle and bog down. And if you hit the gas, nothing would happen. And I just basically tap the gas pedal until finally it caught and kept on going. So that was kind of a pain, only being able to drive an hour or 2 hour on a 48-hour trip. But got here from there, from Wasilla, Alaska, to here to North Dakota in about 5 days. And it was a interesting 5 days. Had an alternator blow up on me. Ran out of gas once, but I had gas cans. But I was towing that trailer back there, so it squatted down. I'll insert some pictures on that. But yeah, like I said, about 3 inches of lift on it, just add leaf in the rear, that's why it's sagging. 3-inch coils, I believe, up front. Previous owner, I know, did an adjustable track bar. Well, not adjustable, they like cut one and then extended it. So that's one thing I want to get on my list. But I'm the 3rd and 5th owner of the car. So basically I bought it in April of 2016. From a gentleman who he put the lift on it, but he got it stock. So he got it completely stock, nothing done to it, from an older gentleman who had been just, driving it around town. But it was his daily driver, so he put most of the 130,000, 140,000 miles it had at the time on it. But yeah, the guy I bought it from, he put the lift on it. He, used it basically as a trail buggy. He didn't really drive it on the road very much. He had like 2.5-inch wheel spacers that stuck out, like the entire tire was past the fender. But when I got it, it had no front drive shaft. But other than that, I daily drove it. Drove it for, I want to say, about 3,000 miles last summer, until I sold it to the gentleman who had it after me, obviously. But he bought it. His whole family was Jeep people. He wanted one, saw mine, liked it, came and offered me some money. I was leaving for the Air Force, so that's why I didn't keep it. Otherwise, I would have kept it. But sold it and thought that was that. Got rid of this, my 75 Camaro, my 78 GMC, and a couple others, my 77 K10. So a couple other, I had like 5 or 6 of them, but got rid of them all except for my 71 GMC. That's the one I still have, and that's still up in Alaska. Yeah, it's been a couple days working on the Cherokee here between work and at night. Got most of the parts just sitting over here. Came out actually really easily. A lot easier than I thought. top two bell housing bolts I had trouble with while the block was still on the mounts. So I took off each side of the mounts that attached to the block itself and basically lowered the block down onto the tie rods. I actually forgot that steering stabilizer stuck up that high and put a dent, just a small little dent, scratch in the bottom of the oil pan. Was able to get the top two cross member bolts, bell housing bolts, and after that and everything else was, unplugged from it, it just popped right out, like no problem at all. But right now I'm cleaning up, just trying to get all this cleaned up. I have cat litter kind of everywhere. I had a bucket and it missed the bucket. But getting it all cleaned up so I can pull my other car in and actually have it in the garage at night. But once I do that, I'm going to start tearing down the block, getting it prepped and cleaned up for a rebuild. Don't have a rebuild kit as of right now. I just recently found out that this is a 91 to 93 block. Sorry, 91 to 95 block, and then on the other side, above the distributor, it's a 1993 block. And this is a 96 Cherokee. So whoever had it before me did the swap. I guess the old engine must have crapped out on them. But just making sure I have a rebuild kit for 91 to 95. And once I get this cleaned up, you'll see more of this. But right now, I'm going to get back to cleaning.